Hello there, comic book fans. It was another big week at the comic shop for me this week. I am gonna break my budget soon. I got 12 comics and a trade paperback. I even out of the 12, I picked up two number ones off the shelf just because I couldn't resist them. They looked so good. And I put two number ones from last week on my pull list. I put Surface and Southern Cross on my pull list. And I wanted to put Postal and Ninjak on my pull list, but I couldn't afford it. And at $4 books, they didn't make the cut. So I don't know if either of these two number ones are going to go on my pull list because I think I'm at my limit. I'm eating into my food and art supply budget. But anyway, here's the trade paperback for this week. Night World was a $12.99 trade paperback. This was Ghost Critics' pick of the year for last year. And it's a Jack Kirby-esque bit of fun, he says. So that's up my alley. So I decided to give Night World a try. Night World Midnight Sonata. So I hope this one's as good as all the comics. There are so many good comics out. I don't know how I'm going to afford them all. Then the first number one is Chrononauts, Miller and Murphy. This is the cover I picked, the Ryan Otley one. I was not even going to pick up this book. I really don't like time travel stories, but I liked the cover, and the art inside was really nice. So I was like, you know what? I'll pick up one issue of it because I doubt it'll make my pull list, but it looked cool, so I figured I'd get it. Other number one I picked off was Red One. Once again, I don't know anything about this except, look, it was $2.99 and it's extra thick. This might be 40 pages by feel. And some beautiful Terry Dodson art. I mean, I just flipped through this and went, all right, you got my $3. I cannot tell you what it's about. I don't know. By Xavier Dorison, Terry Dodson, and Rachel Dodson. I have zero clue. She looks like Speed Racer, I guess. All I know was the beautiful Terry Dodson art sold me this one, so we'll see how it is. And here we have another number one that's not really a number one. It's the Manhattan Project's The Sun Behind the Stars number one. Manhattan Projects, what was the last, 23, 25 was the last issue. Then they said they're going to put out a series of, I guess they're going to be mini-series, all based on different, because the Manhattan Projects had a huge cast. And they're going to put out a bunch of series all starring different parts and different members of the cast so they can go in all different directions they want to. Same team, Hickman. What is that? Pitterera and Belair. Nick Pitter. There we go. Russ Wootan on letters. Same Manhattan Projects team. Lots of crazy lunacy from Manhattan Projects. So if you haven't picked up any Manhattan Projects, it's probably a good time to jump on and give it a read because it's a really good comic. Next we have the Imperium number 2 from Valiant. Boy, there's some bumps and bruises in that cover, but it was the only one they had in my pull list. Oh well. From Valiant, I really liked issue 1. It's a continuation of Harbingers, kind of, with Harada here making his own taking over a country in Africa and trying to change the world. He was trying to change the world. He's the villain of the piece, but he was trying to change the world covertly in Harbingers. Now he's trying to change the world overtly. So he's got superpowers, and he's got people with superpowers, and the whole world is against him, and he really wants to win. Good book. One of my favorites from Valiant. $3.99 book that made the list. Then we have Eternal number 3. This is another one that It's only a 4-issue mini, so it's another $3.99 book. But I actually liked the first issue better than the second issue. But what the heck? We'll see how the third issue is, and the fourth issue, because that's on my pull, and because, like I said, it's a 4-issue series. So this one at least will be over soon and won't break my pull list bank, because everything else is doing. But it's a futuristic story where people can live forever, but it's at the expense of a certain group of humans, and these people are who are called Pures, these people are trying to save that group of humans because they find it immoral for other humans to benefit from the suffering of these Pures. But nice little sci-fi story so far. It's got one more issue after this one, then it wraps up. Then we have Stray Bullets number 2, Sunshine and Roses. Stray Bullets is one of my favorite comics. I bought it when David Lapham was publishing it himself. I've had it in single issues, hardcovers, and trade paperbacks over the years. One I've double dipped on. I like it so much. If you're not buying Stray Bullets, if you like, sort of visceral crime comics, this is the one for you. It's not a feel-good comic. It's not a happy, everything works out in the end comic, but it's a really, really good comic. Next we have issue 4 of Little Nemo in Slumberland. Another $3.99 book. But this one is bi-monthly. But, this is one I was not expecting to put on my pull list. I'm a big fan of Winsor McCay, Little Nemo in Slumberland. I have a lot of books on Winsor McCay, so it's kind of like, oh, really? They're gonna do Little Nemo? Sure, it'll be interesting. But it turns out it's really well written. It's really well drawn. There is just so much imagination in it. I mean, it is the only thing I've seen Little Nemo Slumberland related that can hold a candle to the Winsor McCay stuff. So it's really good, I must say. I'm very impressed with this book. And maybe IDW will make some sort of giant oversized edition of this sometime, like to match the the original Little Nemo giant size editions they have. But anyway, good book, all ages. And here we go with Outcast number 7. This has been a good series so far. Robert Kirkman, Paul Azaceta. Nice story. Everyone keeps saying it's about demons, but the book hasn't really established that it's about demons. In that, nice foreboding ravens or crows. In that the priest in the book, which is this guy here, sure thinks it's about demons, but the outcast in the book, this guy here, isn't sure they're really demons. So it's one of those things where everybody says it's about demons in exorcism because that's the easiest way to get a grip on it, but it might not actually turn out to be that. There might be some other mythological creatures going on in this book. We haven't found out yet. But I've been enjoying this one thoroughly. Paul Azaceta's art has been extremely impressive in this. His storytelling has been great. Oh, look at that guy. Oh, that's right. He got branded or cut with an X-Acto knife, brand into him. Very sort of David Mazzucchelli-ish stuff going on here, but really, really nice comic. Enjoying Outcast. That time of the month for another issue of Dark Horse Presents. Tarzan swings back into action with Mike Grell. Mike Grell, it's a weird skin tone on him. I don't know. I find Mike Grell's artwork a little weird. But, weird detective, speaking of weird. But I do enjoy Dark Horse Presents. Nice anthology book. Lots of different I've been enjoying this story. What is it, Peter Milligan? Oh, Brendan McCarthy. Milligan used to write stuff for Brendan McCarthy. This whole weird... I usually don't like any kind of dream stories because they're confusing and annoying, but this has been a really interesting dream realm type story that... Brendan McCarthy's been doing them. Oh, a little Gru in there too. There's always fun stuff in Dark Horse Presents. I like anthologies, and I especially like Dark Horse Presents. This is 201 issues of it I have now. Satellite Sam, Matt Fraction, Howard Chaykin. This is an adult book about the dawning age of television and all the sexual peculiarities that go on behind the scenes, and people blackmailing people, and people in fancy get-ups and are into bondage and taking pictures of each other in bondage gear, and this is just crazy adult Howard Chaykin stuff. But very good series. I've been enjoying this one. You have to like a lot of talking to like Satellite Sam. It's not an action-oriented series at all. It's a character and situation-oriented series, but I'm enjoying it thoroughly, and I'll keep getting it. Alex and Ada, number 13. I just heard someone say this is ending in 2 issues. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've been enjoying the series. It certainly seems to be coming to a head. It's about human and artificial intelligence / robot interaction. Been a good series all along. Hate to see it go, but my pull list is getting full, so some things have to go. At least this is, going on its own terms, and I'm not dropping it. But good series. When it all gets put together in some large volume, you should check it out. And finally, we have Mind Management, number 31. The Final Arc. This has been, one of my top 3 series. Since it's started, I really like this series. It was originally supposed to go 6 issues. It's gone 31 so far. I think it's ending at 36. I really, really enjoyed it. Matt Kint has done a really, really good job with it. I think this is the best thing I've read by him. He's drawing it and writing it, and I think it's better than all the stuff he's just writing. Once again, I'll be sad to see my wallet will be happy to cut some stuff off my pull list, but I'll be really sad to see Mind Management go in half a year or whenever it goes. All right, so that's what I got this week. Hope you guys had a good comic book week. I don't know who got as many as me this week. Everyone else seems light, but wow, 12 issues. I must be going crazy.